Reverend Owusu Bempah makes shocking revelations about his arrest, cites Kusi Boateng and others in his struggle with the police.
Listen very
Answer last week. Now
last week I mentioned during my preaching that I was really offended.
Now me can prefer say Ghana man penny. And
I said it without mincing words that I was so much offended in the President of Ghana, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo.
Me can be him say your vice and so. Vice President Baumia on Sumidino.
I also mentioned that I was so much offended in the Vice President of Ghana.
Me can be him say IGP Orua Dampare on Sumidino.
In addition to that, I mentioned that I was so much offended in the Inspector General of Police, Mr. Ekufu Dampare. Now, why did I make mention of all these? Why? Now, it is the why I am going to answer this afternoon. If you recall, we were having church service. And during the church service, we heard gunshots around the premises of the church. And you all recall that there were some people running from the streets into the premises of the church. And because of the gunshots and what was happening, we were all concerned. We wanted to know what was happening outside the walls of the church. So it was during church service. I had not closed. So because of the gunshots, I walked out of the door of the church. And I was asking the security men what was happening outside. And some people mentioned that the gunshots were coming toward this direction. Why? So those people that came in mentioned to me that there are some people with guns that had seized Reverend Nana Krobia. They had whisked him away.
Car abosofo na Krobia mukamu amana electric pole amana bu anya menko anka electric ni gu so a anka entiase.
Now they also said that the people who caught Reverend Nana Krobia and ran away with him, they first of all hit his car, and his car hit a pole, and the pole fell, and they are not very sure what had happened.
Now bono. And they
were beating him and hitting him with the guns they had, and they put him into the car and they drove off.
Now
another man of God called Reverend Bechi, some of the guys had chased him away, and he was running another direction, and the guys were following him. Now I am the general overseer in this church. So you can imagine that I heard a news that some unknown people have come to whisk away one of my pastors, and they've gone to an unknown place. I couldn't continue with service. So I handed over to some the pastors, and I told them to continue with service because I wanted to follow up to see how the matter was going to turn.
In fact, me drew baby a bar for no one.
Now when I got to the place where the bar, the pub is,
street kitwe bi da ho. And I'm who said
now I noticed that there were a lot of people on the streets, and it was like a pandemonium had occurred. And so I inquired what happened.
Na sofo na Krobia and also for Bechi.
And I also asked the people gathered there, where is Pastor Krobia and Pastor Bechi?
Almost papa and Crophobia tuo. Abeti tuo. Aso sofo Krobia mu de na sheka mu e de ne ko.
Now, the response they gave me was that there were some unidentified people who had caught Reverend Krobia, put him in a car, and they were the ones who were shooting the guns, and they took him away somewhere, they don't know.
In fact,
I was really frightened
because
I didn't know what was happening.
You see, police car bi, and our police patrol team car. Ababe Jisofo Nana Krobia.
Now later on, they told me that there was another patrol car of the police that came to rescue Reverend Krobia and took him away. Now that made me a bit comfortable. So I asked, where is Reverend Bechi? They told me he managed to run and seek refuge in somebody else's house.
And
they told me that some of the people in the group that attacked Reverend Krobia, we managed to catch some of them, and these are the ones we have caught.
Not just say Sofana Krobia, our pam sofo betchino, a binom enie.
So they said that some of the people that were chasing Reverend Krobia and Reverend Bechi, these people were one or are part of the group. So it was like there was serious exchange of words.
And I may catch that microphone say, young foam enter kamu, young foam concord report to Moma police.
So I said to the people on the streets that, you know what, let's put them in the vehicle and let's take them to the police station to make a report. There were about 4 people, if I can remember. So we made them to sit in some of the cars of the pastors, and we drove straight to the police station. Now, on our way to the police station, Reverend Krobia called me and said to me, Papa, if you don't come now, I will die. And because the people are killing me.
And I'm saying, now wait.
And I asked him, where are you?
I said, Papa, my bombe, Eddie trouble bombing thing. Some amuja to me. I must say, oh, my down to my police station.
So he said to me that the people beat me up and they hit my ribs with the guns, and I am bleeding. And so I am currently at the Cantonment Police Station.
And I miss me catch us of Krobia, so would you abotre, Nankophone cry, yes, we are cheap binom. So I said to I said to Reverend Krobia, you know, exercise patience. We managed, or the people managed to catch some of the group that attacked you, and we are bringing them to the police station to make a case against them. In fact, you drew police station honum, me who suffer Krobia, na me who ye.
Now, when we arrived at the police station, the Pastor Krobia I knew was not the same person standing at the police station. Now, by the grace of God, we were able to uncover where Reverend Bechi was hiding. So I began to ask the policemen, who are those that brought my pastor to the station?
Now they told me they handcuff. A good nipa, Crawford kidnap no, a bono, Masade handcuff a gunisa, and it's a gunachia oblidi.
And I asked them that, why have you handcuffed someone that had been kidnapped and had been beaten by unknown people, and he is bleeding and he's still in handcuffs?
And I'm saying, me pamocho, commander no hand away.
So I inquired, where is the commander of the station?
And almost a peer kakra.
And they told me he had stepped out.
And I'm saying, now one pan a day, me sofiba.
So I further inquired, who were those that brought this pastor to the station?
Almost oh, Naminipa.
They said, man of God.
Yawahana petrol team phobi. And naba, no one didn't buy a handcuff of gunisa, a patrol team.
Now they said to me, the man of God, he was brought here by a police patrol team, and he came here in handcuffs.
And I'm saying, police for and baha.
So I wondered, those that brought him here, were they police people? So they also said to me that we were here when the police patrol team brought him here.
And I miss me catch on saying young Crawford. Yes, I did.
So I said to them that then the group that attacked him and kidnapped him, the people managed to catch a few of them, and so we have brought them here to the police station. And so the policemen received the people that we had taken to the police station and put them behind the counter.
And a patrol team for nearby.
Now later on, the patrol team returned to the station.
Maybe some say they are some.
Now I asked them, what's the matter?
Almost almost boss and the small.
And they said their boss sent them.
And China boss in the buy.
Now later on, the boss himself came.
And I'm saying, Papa Police, they are some.
And I asked him, Mr. Police, what's the matter?
And he
told me, man of God, just relax.
Nah, young regional.
Let's go to the regional police headquarters. And when we go there, we are going to settle everything there.
And I'm saying, Mr. Handcuff or bread or bleed your bien and
I told him that then please uncuff him, remove the handcuffs, because the young man is bleeding. When he speaks, there is blood in his mouth, and there are cuffs on him, and his hands were behind him.
And I'm saying, nah, a handful. And Omobeche, me software, my bono. I any say, ne DNT, and I'm software be dim some hank of goodness. I then crofona, Omobayano, and nobody hank of goodness, and I say, one.
So I further asked that who were those that attacked the man of God, and how did the man of God come to the custody of the police patrol team, and how did all this happen? I wanted to find out and ascertain what really transpired within the period.
Asema police no beka che me ane say nyaminipa odi yan regionals ne duru hon ma ebe mu ohu bibia.
Now repeatedly what the policeman said to me was that, man of God, let's go to the regional police headquarters. When we get there, we are going to settle everything and we'll let you know everything.
Nyamiadom me frère Mr. Charles Owusu.
Now
Reverend Charles Owusu.
I called Reverend Charles Owusu.
Uncle Fee munyina eba hobi.
And I called Uncle Fee. So they all came to the police station. And so we all drove to the regional police headquarters.
Nafe adekudie ntia ye betu tutuo wa ha bra me ya asore. Eni die ntia ya beche me sofo. Ah ya bo ne de hankofa gunu nsa. Me be se mete na me hunu krofo krom be di sa adwuma no.
Because I really wanted to know why some people came to the neighborhood of the church to shoot guns, and why they had arrested my pastor and beaten him up, and he had handcuffed him. I really wanted to know why that happened.
I feel almost say, me soften on show the statement.
So when we got there, they told Reverend Krobia to write his statement.
Na kasa ni minyamu no. Kwasiada anopa ya ba sorry. Ana sofo Krobia ene sofo bechi. E ka kire me sa papa. Ya na manen krofo di moto ni cars di achi.
Now, on that Sunday in the morning, Reverend Krobia and Reverend Bechi informed me that they had noticed some people tracking them with motors and vehicles, and they had become a bit uncomfortable about what had been happening. And there were times that a vehicle could track them from town till the time they arrived at their doorstep at home.
Police station, I benha. Either Dansuman police station and now say or Doko police station. Namunko ye case. Sasamunamwa say na encrophobia.
So immediately they informed me that morning. I said to them that it is wise and necessary to report what you have noticed at the nearest police station. So I told them to either go to the Odoko police station or go to the Dansuman police station and report to the police what they had noticed.
Osofo beche kono ena car e pam wo mo a wo munim ba bia car ne free electric pole.
Now, so it was when they were going to the police station to make a report that a vehicle unknown to them started chasing them hotly, and so he lost control and he hit the vehicle against a pole, and the pole broke down. So out of fear, they opened the doors of the vehicle to run away and escape, and they had people shooting guns. The people shooting, making gunshots. So as for Reverend Krobia, he fell down and fell into a gutter.
In fact,
and that was how he managed. That was how they managed to catch him, and they really beat him up. And Reverend Krobia didn't know the people that had caught him, and Reverend Bechi also didn't know them. Whether they were armed robbers, whether they were assailants, there were people that had been contract killers. Nobody knew who they were. So it was at the regional police station that Reverend Krobia was asked to write a statement. So I was thinking that after he had written a statement, or after writing a statement, they would grant him some police inquiry bail, so that he will go home, even if he has committed an offense. He will go home to treat himself, or he will go home and report at the police station at another time. Because I was in haste. I wanted to take him to the hospital because he was really injured.
Now a police order from above. Statement.
Now, whilst I was waiting, there were some policemen that came to me and they told me that by an order from above, I am supposed to also write a statement. And I asked them, what statement should I write? Is it what happened and what I witnessed with my eyes?
In fact, now lawyer at
that time, I was personally present. I was personally present at the police station. And so together we wrote the statement of what they required us to write.
Now, in fact, because now
I was surprised because I didn't really understand what was happening.
Order from above say cells.
Now again, some policemen came to the place the man of God was writing the statement and said that by an order from above, the prophet of God should be held in police custody.
Striking force.
And that he must be taken to the police striking force unit. The cells. So Reverend Charles Owusu then intervened.
And
he started making certain calls.
Chief of staff.
So I also called the chief of staff. And I told her everything that had happened.
And also, Jubilee House.
And she told me to relax because she has sent a military personnel at the Jubilee House to come over where we were and to listen to whatever has happened, to inform her of what had happened.
So Chief of Staff said,
now that military personnel also called me and told me that he had been sent by the Chief of Staff and he was on his way to the police station. We waited for a long time and nobody came. Now I called everyone I knew and I could call. Nobody answered the call. So Reverend Charles called another big man.
Charles Odiatobo. Now
what the man said to him is that, Reverend Charles, just relax. I am going to use my influence to settle this matter. Now from time to time the man kept calling. The man called and he said, this matter that is happening is above me. Now, where the order or the orders came from, he cannot do anything about it. Now, what did I do? What charge was preferred against me?
One day,
now there is something which I would talk about one day.
I believe say you call mommy be.
Now there are some people that heard that we went to a certain woman's house.
Now, because
the matter is in court, I don't want to talk about it. Why did we go to the woman's house? So, which chiefs visited me in my house? And what did they say to me when they came? So, which chief called me and told me to come so that they settle any scores which may be? Now, anybody who will say that Prophet Owusu Bempah took guns with him to go to a certain woman's house to go and shoot her, it's not true.
And a friend me, not so for a mocratim in chain. Sir, Omuni Mamena Casa, Mamena Giatum say, Obey Chadroyano, Tiena and Shia, not some Jimra. Oh, my no call home pono, a him for no crop.
Now, so one of the chiefs that visited my house called me and said that they have spoken with the woman, and the woman had agreed to let sleeping dogs lie. And so they pleaded with me, they begged me to come over. So they settled the matter. Now, the people who were around, I do not know them. They were people that the chiefs had sent to come. Now, because the matter is pending before a court, I will not delve into the details.
Na bibi atwentwenti e ko ho ayan kwose e kokontokwa ebresem mechiremu amobia hu na mechiremu wi a obi a wakasa atia me adi matem se di enti no ko ma me ne fie adenti no odi tuo ne ma ko ma me ne fie memu obi a hu se nya no kura da se e ko ma me bi fie se e kokuno ane ene ne kokontokwa never.
Now, in the appropriate time when I explain why I moved over to the neighborhood of a certain woman, I'm sure anybody, after I've explained, whoever insulted me, after I explained, would have clarity in his mind that I never intended to go anywhere to cause mayhem or distraction or to do something unlawful. Because that matter is still in court, I'm not going to say anything about it now, but in the appropriate time, I will tell my side of the story.
Order from above.
So now, back to order from above. There was an order from above that I should be held behind cells.
In fact, now,
Reverend Charles Owusu did everything in his might.
Point to say, cantonment cells.
So then it got to a point that instead of taking the man of God to the police striking force cells, they should rather take him to the Cantonment Police Station. What was his offense?
Almost a member or that, maybe church members, some more process for my baha, and a member church members say, Yamono, my poor process for.
Now his offense
was
Now his offense was that he had instructed the members of his church to beat up policemen that came to the premises of the church to cause an arrest. But on that day, there was no policeman that came to the premises of the church, and there was no person dressed in police attire that entered the compound of the church.
Even me call baby crana de ne koso atututu ono koso no. Man who police ni bia ho.
Now, when I even went to the place where the scene occurred, there was no person, no policeman at the scene.
And your police for be asem no mo kan.
So which policemen were they talking about? I did not really understand.
Me nuanom ya de makoto cells.
And so I was taken to the Cantonment Police Station. I called everyone I knew. Nobody answered the call. Now, as I was trying, I got someone. And I'm saying, sorry. And I said to the person that I was having a church service. And some unknown people had kidnapped one of my pastors, and they had chased another to a place where he took cover. Now I followed the matter without knowing what had happened, but it had been ordered that I should be put into cells. So that man said to me, police penny dampare, that the Inspector General of Police and the Vice President and the Vice President or were in the house of another man of God called Victor Kusibuate. Yes, of Victor Kusibuate, the birthday. And it was the birthday party of Reverend Victor Kusibuate, so they were all there. Now, the person said to me that the only person that could make an intervention and could speak with the Inspector General of Police to release me to go home was that man of God alone. Now, no person will be the Vice President Takasa. And again, that man of God alone is the only person who could speak with the Vice President for them to release me to go home. So the person suggested to me to call Reverend Victor Kusibuate. So it was this man that sent me the contact, the phone number of Reverend Victor Kusibuate. Reverend Victor Kusibuate more than 10-15 times. I called Reverend Victor Kusibuate more than 10 to 15 times. He did not answer his call. I feel pressing by almost a sofa. Tamaso. I was here, you do free cantabak and you do courses until you are tired. Now, the man of God, the policeman, while I was sitting behind the counter, came to me and said that, man of God, it is time for you to go into the cells. And so you must remove your dress, be naked, leaving your pants, and walk into the cells. And I told them that I had church service today. And what I'm wearing are the clothes that I wore for church service. And so I cannot remove my clothing. And a mass says the opposite. And a man in United on Muheso Fosu Bempah, and a man on Mugoni in our social Fosu Bempah. Almost as a man, Roma Tadena, they would deal with me. Now, there was a female cell and a male cell, and I was standing very close to where the female cell was. And these policemen told me that if I do not voluntarily remove my clothing, they would force the removal of my clothing. So they said, the man of God, you are delaying. Be fast. So in fact, they held me and they wanted to remove my clothes. So I asked them, what have I done? Police penny or your bar or the catch him said no. Or software Yaminipa. Now, the police officer in charge said to the policeman that, you know what, you are dealing with a man of God. There was a lady. She said to them, you are dealing with a man of God. Allow him to go to the cell with his dress on. I want to miss me, policeman, and say, Mommy, policeman, so I asked that woman in charge of the station, why are you going to put me into cells? What have I done? Sana yedika afre MPP from Penny for Nobacco, John Buadu, Tehona John Buadu Baho. So it was at that time we had someone had already called Mr. John Buedu. So it was at that time that Mr. John Buedu came to the police station. When he came, I narrated the whole story to him. He stared intently at my face and said, "Really? Is that what really happened?" So he patted me on the back. He patted me on the back and he said to me, "Man of God, don't worry. Tomorrow I will come here and we will solve the whole issue." So then they pushed me into the cells. Now I was in utter shock. I was seeking in my mind, searching in my mind to know what I had done wrong, why they were treating me in that manner. So I was confused. So I sat down. At that time I had not eaten. And I didn't know what was happening. I was in shock. Now I noticed that my breath was not normal.
Condition and senior air coso mini pedium name to an umpon catch a police for say BB yes of.
Now one of the cell inmates noticed that I was not okay, so he called the attention of the police officers on duty and said to them that there is something wrong with the man of God.
And I made me call police hospital.
So later on, they came for me and took me to the police hospital. So when I got there, it was necessary that they administered drip on me. So in fact, they administered a drip on me.
I soldier for best 7. Na omo edituo ewura hospital ho baby a me wona drip esimi so. So
while I was still in the hospital at the hospital ward, there were about 7 armed policemen that came to the ward and said that they had been instructed to handcuff me.
My confused.
I was shocked. I didn't know what was happening. So they had administered a drip on me.
Almost order from above. Say handcuff a woman.
So they came and they said, order from above. By an order from above, they must handcuff me while I was in the hospital. At that time, they had administered drip on me.
Yeah, the handcuff a bomb inside the ball and pen bed.
So they put the handcuff on my hands and cuffed the hospital bed. See, they cuffed my hand against the hospital bed.
Monday, and court.
Now,
because you're Sunday, no.
Now, after the arrest on Sunday, on Monday, I was taken to court.
And almost say, young family got to cells.
Now,
for 1 week. Sorry, 2 weeks. Abraham him dear money.
By an order, when we went to court, the court remanded me at least for about a week.
And unti, me that says on me home church me. Me whom you insist on, and I'm a rush me call. Hospital, police hospital.
It was after the court had ordered that I should be remanded. That was when I felt I was not feeling well, so they took me to the hospital.
Now, drips me so. Yes, I handcuff as I'm bombing,
so just imagine that I am not in good health, yet my hand had been cuffed against a hospital bed while drip had been administered on me. I don't understand.
Police for nearby almost order from above. Almost baby 2 drip no cry free me so no matter how the back of cells.
Now the policemen came and they said to me that by an order from above, they have been instructed to remove the drip and take me back to the cells.
Enna doctors and nurses no. So many police for the press said there be nipa drips in Sudia, Yentimi Yasa. Police for now the force said nurse and 2 drip no matter.
Now the policemen insisted that if the doctor or the nurses did not remove the drip themselves, then they would remove the drips themselves. I mean, the police said they will remove the drips by themselves, by force. So now they remove the drip. The drip was not, I mean, it didn't get finished. What was in the tube didn't get finished. They put me back into the vehicle and took me back to the cells. Now, Reverend Charles Owusu was a witness of what happened. He witnessed everything that happened. Now, while I was at the hospital, Mr. Owusu Nadoye and Mr. Ernest Owusu Bempah came there.
And Mr. Owusu Nadoye and Ernest Owusu Bempah said,
so he asked the policemen why they were treating the man of God in that manner.
Police ni any opposing force says and Ernest Owusu Bempah and Owusu Nadoye and free her own shoot.
One of the policemen was bold to say to Mr. Owusu Nadoye and Mr. Ernest Owusu Bempah that if they did not shut up and leave the premises of the hospital, he was going to shoot them. So we keep wondering, what offense did the man of God do? Did he murder someone? Now what I know is that even when someone is under arrest, there are lawful procedures to follow.
Anything beyond there is something behind.
So if something happens beyond what has been prescribed in law, then there is someone engineering something behind it. I have not caused or staged a coup d'etat. I have not killed anyone. So why was it necessary that I will be handcuffed while I was on the hospital bed on admission at the hospital? Now I do not think that if you want to cause an arrest, you want to arrest me, that is the man of God, or any of his pastors, I do not think that the appropriate means is to come into the neighborhood of the church and fire shots in the neighborhood. So I was in cells.
I'm saying 3 days as a 4 days.
I think I was in cells for about 3 days or 4 days. The things I went through, it is only God that bears me witness. Now I am saying this to the hearing of everyone.
In fact, yes, I am by hospital.
A second time, I was brought to the hospital
because still not me home told me
because I was still not okay.
Anajo na aplosifor aba hono ma omode ayi shesho manim mask
face mask
face mask shesho manim o ma sa the handcuff abegu me nsa say omode me ko.
Now a second time while I was in the hospital, very late in the evening, police personnel with face mask and arms came back with a handcuff and said that they have been instructed to take me from the hospital to the police cells. Now what I'm saying, God bears me witness. I can swear on my life and swear by the anointing of God on my life.
Revelation.
Now while I was in cells, I had a revelation.
Police for the handcuff baako to say the mu answer baako at the injection woman ha enti somu revelation timene ne proswa na paniana no buye enti metiamu I'm almost says for no omu me. Me as also be betie. Oma am a witness. I'm almost bubus as I papa. I don't suffer the adena and I'm saying
now while I was in the cell, I had a revelation. I saw that I was sitting between two policemen who were armed, and one of them removed a syringe to inject me with a substance. I struggled with that person in the revelation, and I managed to break the needle. And I shouted from the revelation, and it came out. So everyone in the cells heard me, and so they rushed and said, "Man of God, what is wrong? Is there anything wrong with you?" Some of them are watching, and I'm sure they would bear me witness.
Enti tama yesamba family de me call hospital hono and me catch sofo na nakwasisa sofo revelation say na manya enti abeya mamu nkofie mo ntwen because me suspect some confirm person me bibi because me.
So when they came for me to take me to the hospital, I whispered to Reverend Anakwesi's ears and said to him that this is the revelation I've seen. So I told them they should wait and not go home. They should just be on the compound, because I believe that they want to do something evil to me. And so Reverend Nanakwesi and the others listened to what I said, and they waited. Hospital car. So while I was in the hospital, Reverend Anakwesi, my son, and Brother Wule had parked the vehicle somewhere, just observing what will happen.
Afei, yankoshe aprosifo a mesi omode mask ahye omanim. Eba the handcuff begu mensa se omode me. Kwa hefa na omode me kom. Omo nkyere me baby kro. Eno anso omode me kom.
Now, so it happened late in the night that there were some policemen that came with face mask on and with arms. They came that by an order they must remove me from the cells. Sorry, from the police ward. Sorry, from the hospital ward. I'm sorry, from the hospital ward. They were taking me to a place. I asked them, "Where are you taking me?" And they wouldn't talk to me. They would say nothing to me.
Sir, na soften Anakwesi Awule mu. So police found the handcuff of Gume so mo de meba.
So Reverend Anakwesi and Awule had seen that these masked policemen had handcuffed me, and they were bringing me out from the hospital ward, and they were bringing me out to their vehicle. So they moved the car,
police for car now, and
they came close to the vehicle where they were, in which they were going to put me. So Reverend Anakwesi got down and said, "Where are you taking my father?" And he said to them, "You cannot harm him. You cannot take him anywhere to harm him."
Mr. Charles Owusu, Reverend Charles Owusu, and I saw them penny for no money around.
Because he said to them that Reverend Charles Owusu and other elders of the church are all around. So he warned them, "Don't try to do anything evil. Where are you taking him?" They didn't answer. So Reverend Anakwesi and the others made an attempt to video the vehicle, take a video of the vehicle.
Hospital video.
And so when they came late into the night, they came to the hospital late at night with guns, and they were going to take me away. They took a video coverage of what was happening. So that is the car on the television you are seeing.
Na car ne number ya kwakoye ehun search Hyundai Honda Civic big car number and a police car no.
Now later on,
so-called police car,
we conducted a search and we found out that the registration number on the so-called police vehicle was a registration number of a Honda Civic vehicle, not a Toyota Tundra. So ask yourself, at that ungodly hour, where were they taking me to? And what were they going to do to me?
Argentina, Mobe Family Free Hospital. mask police
So why would you come for me from the hospital with mask on your face? Why don't you want me to see your faces?
So
if someone sitting somewhere says he does not understand why Prophet Owusu Bempah said he's offended, he's got bitterness in him. Because I mentioned that I was so offended in the President of the Republic of Ghana.
Your vice president
and again, I was so offended in the President of Ghana. Now, if somebody says that Reverend Owusu Bempah is not above the law, and so he faulted on the law, and they were dealing with him in accordance with law. Now ask yourself, what did I really do?
Bonnie, I mean, and he said, Obi, Eddie Matem Chan Trotomeso. Emma, a baby cry media before, a baby or demon. Onipa de seni to me Chan Trotomeso say, and I don't want to close the Obama bedroom.
Now, perhaps the offense I had committed was that somebody without any justifiable reason insults me, says lies about me, says all manner of things, defamatory things about me.
And social media
and will make it viral. Say on social media that and can go the extent of saying that I slept with somebody's wife, I have impregnated the woman, and the woman has a child for me. So the woman claimed she used to come to my house at dawn around 1 a.m. Which 1 a.m. and on which day?
So there
were times that I smashed bottles of anointing oil here, if you can recall. Now I was doing so to demonstrate that what happened or what she was saying was not true. So this is what I said, that if it is true that woman ever came to my house, to my bedroom, and saw snakes in my house,
sending messages, pressing my men, Abraham Yaminum Sanya no cre, say no cresse, Bibi Sao
Now what I said was that if it were true that the woman came to my house at 1 a.m. at midnight and saw all the things she claimed she saw, that there were snakes in my house and all the eerie things she said, if they were true, let God take my life from me that day. And if it is not true, and I know honestly that it is not true, let God deal with them. Now all these things happened, and there were certain chiefs in the neighborhood where that woman lives, and certain chiefs in Accra that came to my house. I did not invite them. They came to see me in my house. They said to me, man of God, we are not happy about what the woman is doing to you. She is defaming you, saying all manner of lies about you and insulting you. They said to me that we are the custodians of the lands of Accra. We are going to speak to the woman, and we are going to tell her to stop what she's doing, because it is peace that it is good that we foster peace, promote peace between the two of you. So one of the chiefs that came to my house on that day called me and said to me that they had indeed had conference with a woman and they had spoken with her. And he also told me that the woman had agreed to settle the scores with me and to apologize to me about all the things that she had been saying concerning me. Now, so they sent their own men to meet me at church and they were leading me. They were supposed to lead me to where the chief's palace was. Now I thought I was going to ensure that there will be peace.
Something different.
It ended up becoming something different.
Now
that is what is pending before a court that I cannot go into the details. Now that day, or those that insulted me and blamed me, criticized me, why I carried guns and sticks and all manner of weapons to the woman's house, I'm sure the day I would explain the details of it, your teeth will be set on edge. I never took any weapon to any woman's house. Now I had decided I wouldn't go, but because of the respect I wanted to show to the chief that came, and the fact that I desired that there will be peace. Now, in the appropriate time, I'm saying, or I've said to you that I will explain what happened when we went away. Now, I have not done anything wrong. I do not know of any offense I have committed. Now, if the police intended to really arrest me, they had the option to come wherever they will find me to arrest me. But I was having church service, and it was during the church service that some people purporting to be policemen came around with guns in the neighborhood to shoot. You know where my church is situated. Now you had the option to wait. Let me finish church and come and inform me that man of God, we have been sent to arrest you, so you are under arrest. And in addition to you, we are arresting Mr. ABC, because nobody is above the law. Now we would have followed them quietly and would have followed them to the police station or wherever they wanted us to go with them. But instead, purportedly, they came around to shoot in the neighborhood, purporting to cause an arrest. But I do not think that is how an arrest ought to be effected. Our hospital, Crawford, Mascasho, Manim, Wenina, 77 Prediasa, Tigana Man Penny, and a vice president, and Tomono Mark said, Damparing treating Miss Hannah. Now, so all these harassments and maltreatment while I was at cell and I was on admission at the whole, hospital, all these things happened, and I'm wondering whether the president of Ghana and the vice president of Ghana instructed the IGP to treat me in this manner. Very soon I'm going to end what I have to say. But I have not staged a coup. Armed robbery. I was not involved in an armed robbery. I have not gone to anyone's house with a gun to shoot anyone. And I have not gone to anyone's house to threaten the person to kill him or her. So imagine the way they treated me. Why do you think they treated me in this way? So when I said that I was offended in the president of Ghana, and I was offended in the vice president of Ghana, I feel I have a cause. Ena minia osofo nana kwesi ene me brother papaya awule ene me bakofi ena ko mo de car ebe pie nkrofo iso a ka minim de omokoye mi o. Because if the Lord had not revealed this to me, and if I had not informed my brother Nana Kwesi, and if they had not waited in the neighborhood, I don't know what these masked men purporting to be police people, I don't know what they would have done to me. There have been certain things that have come out from certain quarters that I don't want to talk about. Now that night when they came there to take me in their mask, they did not come to take me for no reason. They were going to do harm to me. Now I have suffered and toiled for the incumbent government.
And
now, because of the president of Ghana, there were many people, including men of God, that hated me. They had hatred for me. Because when God spoke to me about the incumbent president of Ghana, I did everything to the letter, according to the instructions God gave me. Now, what I don't like to do is to talk about something God has instructed me to do for someone.
Voter, yenuanom angonafo igbefo ene nkrafo no mu asori mu pa asori starting o Mamprobi Plaza because of said me say kasaye e ma ban kaye e ma bebre de abufo ja asori.
Now there were many forgive my description, but there were many people from the Volta region who were members of this church. In fact, this church started from Plaza Mamprobi. Now, because of the way and manner I was insistent, and I continued to declare what God has said to me about the president of Ghana, many of the people were offended. They stopped coming to church.
The reason I make it some way, assembly say afimuni.
Now, the reason I want to talk about this matter is that it's been about a year that all these things happened. Now, so if God had not intervened and something evil happened to me and I died, this would have been our 1 year anniversary.
Ghana man penny or tiakunyaishun crofo. Ya bompire continuously for 9 months. Every week, yeshiamu 3 times a week. And Yama me ye efa ban samekasa me Canada ma enemy ne Ghana man pani yakokua mu nhia mu samekasa me kana ebe ye obi anwa enti mu amote ona mu di atem so Owusu Bempah wa moromra so na say no munim enyama mafam enam Ghana man pani nti.
Now we continued to pray for about 9 months continuously. Myself, the pastors, and some of the members of the governing party, we met 3 days every week continuously for 9 months. And prayed, and we did so. I had personal meetings with the president. We did so many things for them to come to power. So, so those of you who sit somewhere and say that Prophet Owusu Bempah is not about the law, he can be treated in any way or manner, you don't know what you're talking about.
Now,
I am not saying that because I did or I have done something for the president of Ghana, I am above the law. So when I do something, the law cannot be used against me. But I think that lawful procedures must be used. And even to talk about that, what did I do wrong?
Dientia Emma Semisusi, Mami, where dimatem sa still as some no court in order to dimatem. Where dimatem sa, and so maintain a tembi, menkasai, and timpanifoni hunu. Any mammy casaso nyasa.
Now, this woman continued to insult me. When this case started, she continued. She still continues to insult me. So are there not any people here in Ghana that can tell her to stop what she's doing? Because I am not retaliating, I'm not responding.
And somebody there, Yami Nimni, so we are blogger, and I say we are Juma radio station, baby, not baby, Casse, and Owusu Bempah, official non a man, and a Kufa the president, and today now I don't know Raswana, me pacho. Unimu, and I wouldn't name the woman in a Kufa don't tem, and Tikano too. And now a comedy me fast and Sankaya wa. I can't out there. And Obi Afrano, yes, Afrano, Mr. Fred, our US, and in Crophobia, and I saw Owusu Bempah, and a jai, and the other Obrom Raswana. Hey, me pacho, I'm Rabban, and say, Serobi Koto Hospital. Yanfa Hankofenko Gunuso, Abra Dream Citizen. Na yen two drapono, Emra Benechesa. Emra Benechesa, Monconco, you will be in free hospital. Now, President for Kakamo to be show money mask. Namonfano Kank of Munusa, Namonfano baby on Missa.
Now, if you are a blogger or a journalist or you are you're on social media, please don't make comments about things you don't know about. Don't say about me that I've helped the president and so what. In fact, you don't know what exists between myself and the president of Ghana. I believe that if I've done something wrong and you want to deal with me according to the law. But I don't think it is lawful that someone is not sick, he goes to the hospital, and you instruct policemen with masks to come and take him from the hospital bed while he's undergoing treatment, to take him back to the cell. I don't think that is lawful. And so I said, indeed, that I'm very offended in the president of Ghana.
When Timimpo now Osofo bra na mekwa na nkwabu sam so sofo adentina wa ya ade a wo ye no na me se me ka me side of the story nchiraw na hu say oh say anya sa na de anete because asem we opani bia me kire mo kire ni bia say ani anya sa ani ete no abonten enti say pa na asem nete de ameke sa so nete.
Now throughout the entire episode, all the things that happened throughout the period, the president could not even take his cell phone to call me and ask me, man of God, what happened? Or invite me to wherever he wants and ask me or condemn me or criticize me or chastise me that you have done what is wrong. He did not even give me the permission, the opportunity to explain what happened. He didn't show any concern at all. So somebody will ask, so man of God, why did you then not go to him to tell him what happened? Some time ago, when he wants to see me, there are particular people that call me. And if I want to see him, there are people I call. But when that thing happened, I call everyone and no one answers my call. So then, so how would I have had that opportunity to go to the president to tell him of what happened and to say what I know about the matter?
Police ni PN Horma or Baha, so about Chibia,
there was no police person that came to the four walls, came within the four walls of this church to cause an arrest that I instructed the members of this church to beat up.
Even Omumpa Edomo called down Sumano. I make Namcasian for Mushaka Munko down Suma because me feel so many Pabonefo. Now, met me Abu a Pressifo. Nama Samia de a Pressifo, Shakamu, Sian Sanfomunko Police Station.
Now, the people that
doesn't make sense.
That those on the streets caught, I was the one that instructed, let's take them to the police station to make a case against them. Now, how can I, knowing that these people were policemen, beat them up and then take them back to the police station to make a report against them? It doesn't make sense.
My bread
So if I said I was offended, the reason I said so is that I have gone through a lot of struggle for this government, and because of that, there is a lot of hatred. Because of the president, I put my life in my hands. There were people that could come randomly to us with guns just because I was supporting the president. There were people that came to my house. There are not all things that happened were the things I mentioned to the hearing of the public. But just imagine how I've struggled with prayer and fasting. And in spite of all this, is this the way you want to say thank you to me? I'm done with what I had to say. So when I said I was offended in the president, it is because they did not treat me well.
Order from above, order from above.
Now those orders from above, I don't know where above that order came from, or those orders came from. So if you think I talk too much, if you were in my shoes, if you walked a mile in my shoes,
3 days, let me use washroom. 3 good days, let me use washroom.
Now, while I was in cell for 3 days, I never used the washroom
because
no door. The washroom had no door.
And I said
and the way the place is, I don't even know where I'll step my foot.
3 days.
So for 3 days, I did not drink water and I didn't eat. I've been through a lot. So when I said I was offended, even if I had done something bad and they were treating me in this manner, so what did I do? So if I said that I was annoyed and I was offended, if you don't understand my story, don't insult me. Now I am done. If there is any other time I have to say something, I will do so. God bless you.
You heard it all for yourselves. Follow for more stories to come. For Digital Vid Studio, I'm Emmanuel.